Like, oh my god. Like, that's all I got to say about Final Fantasy VI Advance. If you can get it, get it. Trust me. If you love Final Fantasy VI, or Final Fantasy in general, that's the game you need to get. Trust me. It is one of the best Final Fantasies out there. Not counting 7 or 12, which I feel are the best Final Fantasies out there. In the 3D retrospective. I haven't played 7 that much. I would love to. I would definitely consider borrowing it from a friend if he has it. Like, if he's not using it. But I don't know if I want to buy it, considering it's really expensive and hard to get. Final Fantasy VII, one of the best of all time. I definitely want to play it to see for myself. Well, that's all I got to say about Final Fantasy VI Advance and Final Fantasy in general. I recently bought a new game for the Nintendo DS, Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. That game is awesome. It's not as good as Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but it's taking a lot of good things about the Castlevania series and making a great game out of it. You would think Konami would eventually make a shitty Castlevania game by now, but they didn't with Order of Ecclesia. They probably will with Judgment, making it a fighting game for the Wii, which makes no sense. Like, I don't know why you would do that. Like, why would you make Castlevania a fighting game? That's like when you took Mortal Kombat and including a roster of DC characters such as Batman and Superman, The Flash, and all them. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Like, I do not get that at all. Trust me, I do not. The story of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia is great compared to all the other Castlevania games. And I will tell you some of it. Spoiler alert. So, if you don't want to know about the story, I insist you mute your speakers right away. And if I go like this, then you can unmute your speakers again because I'm done talking about the story. Okay. It starts with you, like, as a character named Shanoa, as a member of the Ecclesia group, which is dedicated to destroying Dracula using powerful magic such as glyphs, seeing as how the Belmonts have disappeared as of late, and Dracula is probably threatening to come back to the world again, which is gonna be a problem. So you would need the main glyph Dominus to destroy Dracula, but your comrade Albus believes he should be the one to be the bearer of Dominus and betrays you, taking Dominus for himself and erasing your memory. But however, along the way around the midpoint of the story or at the end of the story, there's a lot of twists and turns to the story, which is I'm not surprised with, because the Castlevania games as of late have stories that you can never really figure out until the end. It's kind of like CSI or something, like Konami's version of CSI with vampires in it and monsters. That's pretty cool. Like, you should consider checking it out. In fact, I have some footage like of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia right now. You should definitely check it out. Like right here, the graphics are really good. Like, you can see that, like, I'm just jumping over there and just, you can swap at enemies. And if you're wondering about the soundtrack, I found a record in the game which allows me to play the original Castlevania's soundtrack, though it's only for one level. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So yeah, if you get a chance, you should definitely check out Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. It's going to be really good. If you like Castlevania games, you're going to like this game. The next game I'm going to buy for Wii, I don't know. I was thinking about Smackdown vs. Raw 2009, but you remember the last year's version of Smackdown vs. Raw for the Wii? That was an abortion! I mean, my god, the TNA Impact game did better than that. Well, close. But at least the Smackdown vs. Raw 2009 version for the Wii will be a lot better. We'll have a lot of matches and a season mode, which is good, but it will not have a lot of features compared to the PlayStation 3 version, which my best friend is going to get. He's going to get that game for PS3. It's going to be the best on PS3, trust me. If you can get it for any console, definitely get it for the PlayStation 3. And I'll tell you why. The Wii version lacks on a lot of features. The Xbox 360 version requires you to pay to play online, which I still do not get. And the PS3 version has great graphics, especially if you've got a high-def TV, which again, my friend has. And you can play online for free. Plus, they have downloadable content, which allows you to download roster updates. Think about that! Like, holy crap, like, if a new or entertainer comes into the company and is really good, they might put him or her on the game and actually make him on the roster. Like, how cool is that? Like, think about it. That's pretty awesome. Considering some superstars or entertainers have made their debut before the game has been released. Like Manu of Team Simply Priceless. He'll probably be on the game sometime soon. So yeah, you should if you got a PlayStation 3 and are a wrestling fan, you should definitely get Smackdown vs. Raw 2009. I mean, the greatest wrestling series of all time that WWE can come out with. And it's come out with the WrestleMania series and Day of Reckoning series, which sucked beyond belief. So yeah, definitely get it. Like, it's one of the best. Like, check it out. It's gonna be really good. Some of the new footage, some of the new things I'm gonna come up with, like, I'm gonna do another duck hunt video, but don't worry, it's not like Michael Vick's duck hunt. Like, that was a pretty sad message there. Like, I can't believe I tried to make that funny. I will make another duck hunt video, but it's basically me challenging myself to get to a high level of duck hunt and get a lot of points. So it's basically like a high score challenge. Like, I will have details on this later, and I might even consider like making a contest where I will try and make a high score and a level bounce on duck hunt, like try to get as much levels as possible. And then I will ask any viewers to post video responses of themselves playing duck hunt and trying to beat my score. Like, that's going to be a pretty good challenge. Like, I will consider doing that. And I'll even include story time, which is a new feature of mine, which will allow me to play a game, like a really short game, and try to make a story out of it, like narrating it, like making a tale. I think it's going to be really good. If you're a fan of half-ass theater from Urinating Tree stuff, you're going to like this. Like, this is my twist on it. I think the half-ass theater from Urinating Tree or The Fat Man has inspired me to do something like this. He's really good. It's too bad he doesn't do new stuff on YouTube anymore, but you can find his stuff on Urinating Tree Archive, which is really good. If you're a fan of his work, you'll find his stuff there. You're gonna love it. Trust me. He's really, really good. And, you know, that's pretty much all I got to say right there. Like, I don't know what else there is to say. I know I appear dark here, but my webcam, which is the next text, sucks and it's really old. So I'm definitely going to get a new one sometime soon, like one that's actually going to show light. And you're going to be thinking about, what time is it? Like, here, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not making this up. And there's a window open with blinds open. So sunlight's going through. It's just that the webcam is pretty bad. Don't know when I'm going to get a new one, but we're going to see how it goes from there. So, that's all I got to say. I've spent over almost 30 minutes like sitting in front of the camera talking nonstop. So I hope you all enjoy this vlog. This is the Bangaa signing off, saying goodbye and Godspeed.